My name is Rob Scherer, and I am the resident luthier at SoundPure. I am responsible for keeping track of the health of all the instruments that are here. I check them when they come in, almost everything. Some things are in such good shape when they get here that they don't really need much, which makes me feel like the Maytag repairman of luthiers. Other things need a little more attention, but we make sure that everything that goes out is in tip-top shape for the end user. Being at SoundPure is an opportunity every day to see the finest guitars and the best luthiery on the planet. As far as quality of fretwork and things like that, I see the best of the best every day, and it pushes me to be as good as I can be. And I always say, whether this is true for repair, but I think about building too. If you don't know what the end product is supposed to be like, and I mean in detail, like what it's supposed to look like, what it's supposed to sound like, what it's supposed to feel like, you'll never get there. So it's actually a pretty hard job to learn because there's so much to take on board. I suppose it's not much different from being a doctor. It's a lot of memorizing stuff, and then if you have to have good hands too. You have to be able to do some very specific things with metal and wood that if you're not really gifted that way, you're probably better off doing something else. I was in the 10th grade and I went to the Capitol Center up in Washington, D.C. to see The Firm with Jimmy Page, and the bass player was playing a fretless bass and I had never seen one, and it just blew my mind. So for 11th grade, I signed up for woodshop to build myself a bass, and I signed up for orchestra to learn how to play the bass. And so I became an upright bass player and I started building guitars, and I'm basically doing some version of that here all this version many years later. I learn things all the time, looking at the way other luthiers have solved a particular problem, or some innovative thing, like, oh, why don't I do it like that? Or just looking at fret ends. Michael Tuttle fret ends look one way, John Sears look another way, Dana Bourgeois. You can see what they've done with the tool. Just a single stroke of a file leaves a single mark, and sometimes it's a simple, swipe, swipe, and there's the end for you. It's a faceted thing. Sometimes it's like a little bullet, and you can see you can infer the technique. I've been lucky to get around a lot of people who had a lot of deep knowledge about building and repairing, and sort of absorb that and take it on for my own purposes. I've done some traditional apprenticeships, particularly in restoring vintage guitars. I apprenticed with David Shepard, who's an internationally known guitar restorer. I worked in a violin shop in the Black Forest. I built mandolins in Ireland. I've done, like I say, checkered past, what can I say?